Hey everybody, what's up? How you guys doing? Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Mascara. Now, I have been using this for about a week and a half. I bought mine at Rite Aid for about $9, and I have a picture of the display if you would like to see that. You can check it out on my Twitter. So here's what the packaging looks like that it comes in. I kept it for review, and I purchased the shade Classic Black, and there were a few different shades like brown black, I think, and maybe like a black, but I wanted to get the blackest one I could find, and they didn't have a blackest black, so I just bought Classic Black because I figured, figured it would work. So this mascara claims that it's going to give you 16 times volume, and it also says that the brush is new, revolutionary, gonna give you a pumped up effect. So I guess that's why they named it Pumped Up. I'm not sure what the pumped up effect is per se, but they just say that's what it's going to give you. It says it's safe for contact lenses, and it says for best use, sweep pumped up colossal brush from root to tip for instant volume. Do not let dry in between coats. So that's it for the claims. It just says it's going to give you up to 16 times volume. It doesn't say it's going to give you length. It doesn't say it's going to be clump free on the packaging anyway. I'm sure that on the commercials they say like clump free, all that stuff, but as far as just the claims on this, it says it will give you volume and colossal impact. So it's not giving too many extreme claims on the packaging. I haven't seen the commercial yet though. Usually their commercials are ridiculous. So I am wearing this mascara right here on this eye, and you might say, hey, that looks pretty good, but compared to what I normally wear, which is either my Maybelline Original Colossal or my Almay Get Up and Grow or a L'Oreal, this is not that great. It just didn't lengthen my lashes, it didn't really want to separate my lashes, and it gave me quite a few clumps that I kind of had to work through. I just did not like the formula on it. I'm going to get straight to the point. I don't like the formula, and I also don't like the shape of the brush. The shape of the brush may, that's personal really. I mean, I feel like mascara is kind of a personal product, so it's going to depend from person to person what you want. I have pretty decent lashes naturally, like they're not as long as I'd want them to be, but I think they're thick enough, and I think I have enough to where I can wear a wet formula mascara without having to worry about like droopiness. So my main priorities are separation and length, and I like volume too, so that's why I usually go for Colossal, because this gives me all of those things. This one does not. It just it's too thick, and it just gives me kind of a fake lash look. And it's also difficult for me to apply because personally I don't like the shape of the wand. I just found that this was difficult to work with. I just didn't like how wet and messy the formula was. I felt like I really had to take my time and apply this slowly, because I felt like if I were to do it at my normal speed, I would get mascara everywhere. And I actually did get it a little bit on my lid. I don't know if you can see that, but I did get it a little bit on my lid. You'll see in the demo, because this is it just doesn't work for my taste. I really don't like brushes that are shaped like this, and I had no idea about the shape, until I actually opened it. The shape of the wand wouldn't bother me so much if the mascara formula wasn't so like gooped onto it. It's just like caked up in between the bristles. I'll have to show you up close so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the wand, and I don't know if you can really see this on camera, but those bristles are just caked up with mascara in a bad way. It's not pretty, it's not good. The tapered end is just covered in mascara. I'm not even exaggerating. You can't see it because the wand itself is black and so is the mascara, but it's just covered. It's just so caught up in between the bristles that it's just ridiculous. You would have to wipe this off with the tissue like 3 times before it would be okay to use, for me anyway. So usually when I apply this, I like to wipe it off with just a regular tissue a few times, not like once. Like you're gonna have to wipe this wand off at least like twice, 2 or 3 times, because it's just that thick. Like the wand, like it just doesn't really, there's a wiper in here, but it doesn't really work that well. Once you get it out, you always get extra mascara, and personally I hate that. I can't stand it when there's too much mascara on a wand. So there's some packaging issues, there's some formula issues, so those 2 factors already make it a no for me. The thickness of the formula, the wetness of the formula, and also the wand itself just isn't that great. I like the colors of the tube. I think the pink and yellow are pretty. It's like SpongeBob and Patrick right there, so I like that. But you know, other than that, I don't like the shape of the wand. I already mentioned to you I thought the formula was too thick and also too wet. I'm sure maybe it'll dry out after like 2 or 3 weeks. I've already had this for about a week and a half maybe, so I just don't, you know, I'd rather use something else that works better for me. I just feel like this didn't really do much at all for me other than thicken my lashes. It really does give your lash line a thicker look towards the base, but then once you sweep it upwards with the wand, it gives you all those clumps. The one thing I would say this mascara is actually good at is thickening the lash line. It does make you look like you have really thick lashes, but since it doesn't separate, they kind of just start sticking together, and that's when you have to really wipe the brush off and apply it just with a clean brush, or go use a spoolie and just like go through your lashes, because this will start making your lashes stick together. I feel like the formula is a little bit, it's so thick that it's almost sticky, and that's weird in a mascara. Like, I've tried a few mascaras that have done that before, and I absolutely can't stand it because I don't want my lashes to be sticking together. I want them to be separated. I want them to look long and pretty, and this kind of just made them look a little short and kind of stubby. Like, there was no length, there wasn't really any curl, and the volume is okay, but just the original Colossal, I keep saying this over and over, the original is just 1,000 times better. Like, I was gonna say 10 times, but really it's more than that. It's just, this has the pumped up beat for me personally. This does everything. This gives me curl, length, volume, separation, you know, it's just a great formula, easy to go on. I just don't like this. I feel like it's too thick. It's just kind of gooey. The best way that I could describe this mascara to you is that it feels very heavy on the lashes. I can definitely feel the difference. I mean, if you can't tell the difference, you can feel it, because you know, this feels so thick and heavy on my lashes right now. Like, I feel like, you know, washing this off. So now I'm going to show you the results I got with each of these mascaras and how I applied them. Okay, so right now I don't have any mascara on my lashes. I'm not going to curl them because we want to see how this mascara does, and I just want to show you like what it does without any tricks, you know. So I'm going to put on a few coats of the Pumped Up Colossal Mascara on this eye, and then on the other eye I'm going to apply a few coats of the original Colossal Mascara, just so you can have a quick side-by-side comparison. So here's the mascara. This is the wand. It's quite large, and as you can see, it's made of traditional bristles. It's kind of like got a wider middle to it. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of tapered, and I don't usually go for wands like this, so it does get a little bit of getting, it does take a little bit of getting used to if you aren't, you know, used to this kind of shape. So I have been using this the past few days though, so I think I'm getting better at it, but still it's a little bit hard for me, so just bear with me here because I'm still kind of getting used to this wand. And this is what it looks like straight from the tube. I didn't wipe off the brush, so that's about 2 coats. And what I don't like about this is that the wand isn't very good at separating my lashes. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're starting to stick together, especially towards the outer corner. And I'll put on a few more coats just so you can see what it looks like with a little bit more coats to it, but it just starts clumping up, and I really don't like that. I mean, I don't mind if a mascara is a little bit clumpy, but I don't know if you can see that. They are definitely thicker, but I don't like how it's starting to clump up. So that was about 3 coats, maybe 4 coats, and it's just, I'll look to the side and then up for you. It just really starts clumping up very quickly, and I've had this mascara for about a week now, so it's not as wet as it was in the beginning, and I just don't like how wet and just thick this formula is. I honestly just don't like it. So yeah, that's the results that I get, and it doesn't even look that great because I wear my eyeliner a little bit thick. I kind of wear like a cat liner, and you know, this doesn't really do much for my lashes. And now I'm going to move over to this eye and just apply the original Colossal, and you're going to see the difference. I mean, this by itself gives you such a naturally pretty look. I really love this wand too. Although it's large, it's still very easy to get into your lashes because it's just like an average shape. It's nothing crazy to work with. You can get into, you know, the inner corner if you want to, just as easily as the outer corner. And you know, it's very easy to just fan out your entire lash line with this brush. So there you have it. This eye is the original Colossal, that's about 3 coats, and then this eye is the pumped up Colossal, which also I used 3 coats to do. And as you can see, I did kind of make a little bit of a mess on this eye just because the wand is a little bit big. I'm not really used to using it, and I feel like the tapered ends don't really help. I wish it was all the same size. That's just my preference though. So I did kind of make a little bit of a mess on my lid. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just because the brush is really big. It's super kind of, you know, just not what I'm used to. And I don't know if you can tell, but I do kind of have a few clumps at the end of my lashes. Just at the very tips, I kind of got some clumps. And on this side with the Colossal, it just looks more natural. And I do have maybe like 1 or 2 clumps on some of the tips of my lashes, but I feel like this overall looks a lot more, I think, realistic than this side. I feel like this side kind of looks just like I put on a little bit too much mascara. Even though I use the same amount of layers on each eye, I just feel like this eye isn't the result that I really wanted. I like this look much better. I feel like it's more light. The pumped up Colossal didn't really give me as much length. You can't really see my outer corner lashes as much as you can see them on the Colossal. I don't know if you can see that because my hair is black, but I'll put it up against the yellow tube so you can see that length. I mean, you can see how much longer these lashes look than the sides of these lashes. I mean, you can just tell by the profile that I get a lot more length with this, and I love having longer lashes. So if you want length, definitely check out the Colossal. If you want something that's going to be a little bit more clumpy and a little bit more just kind of thickening, you should go for the pumped up. I personally don't. I would rather have length over thickness, so that's why I like the original Colossal better. So you can see the pumped up was pretty good at thickening my lashes, but not so good at length and definition. I don't really feel like it gave me that much volume either, but that just could be my experience because I feel like the formula on this one is a lot thicker and just a lot more wet than the original Colossal. This is a wet mascara, but this one is just like super thick and wet, and it just kind of gives me, I just feel like it makes my lashes feel heavier. This one definitely feels lighter. I feel like the lashes also look a bit more feathery and they just look lighter to me. So that's the side-by-side comparison, and now I'm gonna get back to the review. Overall, I would just say definitely try the original Colossal first before you get this pumped up, because I don't want you guys to think that this is anything like this one, because they are 2 completely different things in my eyes. I feel like even though, you know, they might look similar in the packaging, they both have that Colossal name. I feel like this one performs just so much better. This is a fantastic mascara. This is one of my top favorite ones from the drugstore. I always have this in my collection because I love it. I wouldn't say it's the worst mascara in the world or anything, but I just didn't like it, and personally I'm not going to recommend something to you guys that I don't like, you know, so that's just how it is. I hate to give this a negative review, but you know, I'm just telling it like how I experienced it. I'm telling it like it is. You know, this was just my experience with this mascara. I did not like it. I tried using it so many times just because I was like, maybe I should let the coats dry, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should mix it with another mascara, which you could do, but still, this just makes your lashes feel so heavy. Like, even if you mix it with something else, like even when you mix the 2 together, this just makes it, something about it just makes your lashes feel so like just not good. Like, just, I want to say gross, but you know, it's not good. I really don't like this. And you know, once again, if you like this mascara, that is great for you. That's awesome. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not saying to not try this. If you think you would be interested in it, then go, by all means, like, go ahead and do it. But I'm just warning you, you might want to keep your receipt. As far as a comparison between the 2 goes, I feel like there is nothing to compare about these mascaras. I feel like they are completely different from one another. This is amazing. Just going to give you a little bit of everything. This mascara is only going to give you thickness. That's what I experienced. So I hope that this review really helped you decide whether or not you want to give this mascara a try. And if you have any other questions about it, let me know in the comments down below. And I would love to hear about what your favorite Maybelline mascaras are, because I love Maybelline mascaras. And although not all of them work for me, I still really love the ones that do work for me. And my favorite one from Maybelline is definitely the Colossal. My other favorites are the Falsies, Flared, Maybelline Lash Discovery, I like Great Lash, the big wand though. What else? I like Full and Soft by Maybelline. I like the one in the black tube. I think it's called Turbo Volume, and they have a classic volume that's pretty good. And I used to use Lash Stiletto, but I feel like the formula changed on it. But I could talk about Maybelline mascaras all day, so let me know in the comments what your favorite one is, because I would love to hear from you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching.